Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Karen from Vintage Elegance Inspiration. I am sharing the final journal in my collection of prayer and angel journals that I'm releasing this week, and I have named this one Blessed because I have been blessed by this person. She is already spoken for, and she is absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to snip something off here. I have used the same digitals in this series from primarily Debrina Pratt at PixieDustFiles and her collaborations together with Maria from UnderTheNightMoon. I love their style. I love their images, and the sentiments and everything that they represent is just so very, very beautiful and touching, inspiring. This is a standard size journal, and she has the same fabric cover. The base is a beautiful brocade vintage fabric. It just sews so beautifully. And then I had a very delicate tambour piece of lace, antique lace, that I added to the front cover just as a nice little veil. She can decorate it any way she would like. I know she's very capable of doing that, this recipient. And I did tie it with a very, very pale gray sari silk tie. That's from Sheila Gingerich at Boho Daydreams. She could change it out for whatever she would like. And I have created these very long, dangling, cascading journal topper tags. This one I have added some unique rhinestone trim. I'm in love with it. It's just so beautiful. And I've used a chipboard as the base, so it's a little bit sturdier. It could even turn it around and be a writing board, although it does have the bulk on it. I'm going to just remove the tie and share a little closer look of the topper. So it's got some beautiful, beautiful vintage laces at the bottom. This one is metallic silver, and then this one is like a gunmetal. One of my viewers thought it was lavender, and I thought, well, that is actually a really good description because it has a bit of a sheen to it. I've got a vintage St. Christopher pendant attached to the trim. This is antique French gunmetal colored lame, and I've ruffled it with hand stitching. Of course, lame has metal threads, so you have to be extremely careful with it. It's very fragile. Then I've added some antique silver rickrack trim that I got both of these pieces from Lavish Laces in the past. I used it in my mermaid journals. In the gold, I gave everybody that took my journal making cover class at our retreats, I gave them a piece of the gold for them to play with in their creations. And that can also just be a little wall hanging if you like. So it's meant to be decorative for the journal topper, as well as useful if you want to hang it and have it on display somewhere. So you can see she could very easily add a flower or some kind of embellishment, an applique, whatever she would like, to the front of the cover. And like I said, her name is Blessed. So let's open her up and go inside. Standard size journal, 8.5 by 5.5 inches is the cover. I have lined the inside with my Anna Griffin papers, done some embossed ink gold powder rubber stamping. This is just going to be a to from tag for her. And then I've got these little mini journals or booklets that I put together using some gold threads, vintage beads, antique lace, and then I have stamped them with some nice scriptures inside, some of Marjorie's beautiful papers with the gold painted edges. So gold and silver in this particular one. And then these vintage lace appliques are the inside pockets, so she can add whatever she would like. This side of the page has some of Sheila's absolutely gorgeous bling with pearls and the mirrors. I love it so much. I just love it. It's so beautiful. And then I've got some avocado dyed paper with the rose gold metallic splatters. This is burnout velvet that came from a scarf that I've repurposed. And we've got some antique ledger paper, fussy cut angels. I did a lot of them for this project. Some tulle netting, rosette, satin rosette, and silver sequined vintage lace trim. I've got a stacked pocket here. This idea came from Sam Poole. I used vintage wallpaper. Some of it is flocked, so it's got that velvety texture to it. Some vintage music paper, and then some lovely champagne colored lace. These act as stabilizers too when you have a very thick pocket, or if you have some thick lace that you want to give more stability to. These pockets are a great idea because they keep it secure. A tall pocket here. This can just tuck inside. It's an angel journaling card. Some holy cards that I have made and edged them with the gold paint. Can be written on the back, or verses added, whatever she would like. And a little tiny Christmas tag because it's got the nativity scene on there. Some rag paper. And I just ripped the edges a little bit because it was a little bit too long. Vellum paper. This I have printed on parchment paper. And then what I did was I just spritzed the back. I don't know if you can see the gold sheen to it, but the tea-dyed pages I have painted with the gold, enchanted gold gilding polish that I love to use by Cosmic Shimmer. Sorry, I jumped a page there. Some book page of Les Mis and some Emily Barrett Browning, I think it is, poetry. Fussy cut angel, some vintage lace on the side of the page edge, some tattered velvet ribbon that I've got at the top of the tag. This paper is metallic, sort of a rosy plummy mauvey color, and it's embossed and cotton paper. It's very unique. I love it. I just added parchment paper to the back so they can be journaled on. And then the holy card, or whatever you choose, can just get tucked inside the little vintage lace applique that I have included as well. On the right side of the page, I've got some Greek antique book page, some green parchment paper, a pocket using this vintage mixed metal metallic lace trim. It's got silver and gold in it. A holy card, parchment paper backed, an angel journaling card, and I have collaged the sentiment, wondrous love, onto this edge of the pocket. Here I have a metallic die cut that I'm leaving open as a tuck spot. Got some antique lace underneath this image, some vintage lace, ruffled lace, and antique silver rickrack that I got from Lavish Laces. Topped it with some silver colored crinkled seam binding. And then just a short little flap page with one of the images from the kits. Christmas tag, some beautiful vintage lace that's ruffled, love it. This is coffee dyed paper with the gold metallic flecks painted onto it. Here I've got a journaling tag that I have made out of avocado dyed index card, some silk organza ribbon with the dots on it, and vintage pearls buttons. The words Junk Journal Angels, and I've die cut some angel wings out of champagne gold colored metallic paper, some beautiful blush colored vintage trim, and antique lace that I got from a lady in Australia. this is a tuck spot here, so she can add whatever she would like to this page. Avocado dyed paper, plenty of space for journaling and writing or adding images that she would like to it. This pocket idea comes from Marlene at Uniquely Ella. Gorgeous little postcard. Isn't she just the sweetest girl with her gear? You just rip the edges of them and make a couple of tuck spots, a Christmas piece of ephemera, and a holy card. And then the bottom part is a tuck space as well. I've just included a paper doily with the words love, joy, and happiness. The best things in life are meant to be shared. And some lovely vintage lace at the bottom. And like I mentioned, she could, you know, add whatever she would like anywhere in the book. There's lots of space and opportunity for that. Fussy cut angel on this side. A medium-sized tag with a gorgeous antique lace at the bottom, this trim. Some crinkled seam binding in a mushroom color. The silver metallic, that's a paper punch. And then I've just threaded the seam binding through there and done some ink embossed scroll stamping onto the top. The side of this page has beautiful vintage lace in a champagne color and gold threads with the pearls and the trim. So, so pretty. Got a pocket here with these two tags. This one is similar to the other one and can be journaled on the back. And then a beautiful holy card that she can write on. Gorgeous antique metallic trim. I love this so much. Each of the journals got a piece of it. I was so glad that I was able to use it all. And some beautiful antique lace that I have ruffled on the side. And I love it when they're all ripped up at the top or the bottom edge. It just gives it so much more character and life. So I hand ruffle it. I just stitch it, you know, baste it first and then gently tack it to the page. And I don't sew it when the lace is so delicate and fragile. That's antique French lace for sure. Medium-sized tag with a beautiful image on it. Some silver ink embossed angel wings. And then the metallic silver scalloped circle paper punch as the topper. Can be tucked right in there. Some antique music paper. Beautiful lace from the person in Australia. Again, it's got the crowns on it. Just so, so beautiful and delicate. I love it. And then this center image with the charms that I've chosen to add a beautiful mixed metal heart, rhinestone cross, the angel wing, and then these beautiful beads in gold and silver. So, so beautiful. It turned out just lovely. Really, really happy with the results. And there you can see the painted edge of the painted backside of the tea-dyed pages where I use the enchanted gold shimmer polish. Another embossed paper tag with beautiful image of Mary and baby Jesus. Beautiful vintage sequined applique and tuck spot. And then this lace, absolutely gorgeous, by Sheila Gingerich at Boho Daydreams. Some of her beautiful embellished trim. How beautiful is that? Just so, so pretty. In this pocket, I've added a vintage postcard. Always like to do that with my journals. This particular one is Christmas greetings. And a beautiful little holy card of Mary and baby Jesus. Some cotton lace trim on the edge of that page. More antique lace, the organza and satin vintage trim on that tag. And here I have stamped some angel wings onto vellum paper with white embossing powder. And I've left the edges open. So just be careful you don't catch those on anything. Added some Swarovski crystals. And the pocket here has more of this beautiful blush pink colored antique lace that I've hand ruffled. And I do like to leave the tuck spots or pockets open so you can put any length of tag in them. And I like it when they show through the bottom. They peek through a little bit. Some gold embossed ink stamping at the bottom of this tag off the edge. and I've used gold metallic paper, die cut the topper, and parchment paper on the back, and another holy card for extra writing space. This is a mini file folder that I have added some gold texture paste to the front of. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. And then I've added a few personal sentiments and notes for her. One is a lullaby, the words to a song that I sang my children and now my grandchildren about angels singing them to sleep. And then a verse that I just felt was very relevant, and I just meant it to be inspirational for the writers of these journals when they receive them. Some more shimmer sprayed paper, avocado dyed first, and then I spray it with shimmer. Some of Sheila's beautiful embellished bling with the sequins in it. Just adds a little bit of sparkle. And the gold flecked metallic papers. Fussy cut angel and a holy card on this side. I've added a fabric swatch to this side of the page with some lovely embroidered tablecloth piece and some raised thread. It looks like satin fabric that I got from Georgianne, and beautiful rosette trim. It can be attached permanently by adhesive or by stapling it, or just leave it on the paper clip and move it around as you see fit. Some green parchment paper, the Greek antique paper, vintage Battenberg lace, so beautiful. And some Emily Dickinson. That's it. What was I thinking? Emily Barrett Browning. Emily Dickinson poetry. Very fragile book page here. And this is printed onto parchment paper, and then I've sprayed the back with some shimmer spray. Some beautiful gold vellum paper, the rag paper, and then I've got another stacked pocket here with vintage wallpaper that I have added, and this one is flocked, of course. It's so pretty, and the champagne colored lace, and then this tag topped with the gold metallic die cut and gold embossing powder with some glitter in it. It doesn't get glitter all over. Once you heat emboss it, it's dried and it won't flake off, which is great. Just a little bit of ephemera, Christmas gift tag with a nativity scene on it, and some more holy cards for extra writing space. Love these. And that one helps to stabilize this lace, which is a little bit heavier. It's some beautiful crocheted cotton. The antique ledger paper, and then another avocado dyed angel tag with the beautiful antique laces at the bottom, some of Sheila's rose gold bling trim, the die cut angel wings, and crinkled seam binding and glass vintage buttons. For extra journaling space, some rose gold paper. And the back of the journal has a tuck spot. I just folded the paper differently so that the flap was shorter in the back and the front, just to give it some interest. And this can fold out so she can write or tuck things in there as she would like to. This is the gold embossed cotton texture paper that I've backed onto just cardstock and added the vintage sequin trim at the bottom for extra writing space. And then it has the vintage velvet tattered ribbon that I have added as the topper. Leave it peeking out just a little bit because those knots are really thick. I don't want it to add too much bulk to the top of the journal page. And some more beautiful, beautiful bling. The mirrored and gold bling from Sheila Gingerich at Boho Daydreams. In the back of the journal, this applique lace pocket, I've got a few items. This very long tag. I just made them super duper long this time for interest's sake. I've got champagne colored and gold thread vintage trim at the top, some cream colored vintage lace, some beautiful silver metallic lace, and then the antique rickrack trim from Lavish Laces that I have added. I love that so much. I say it every time, but I really do. And now I was able to find some in gold from a different vendor, so I've got a little bit of both. This medium-sized tag has the ruffled trim and the gold rickrack that I just mentioned, with a gold scalloped topper and some antique lace, a tiny little pocket-sized journal, a little booklet, and some beautiful gold thread, vintage lace, and some scriptures stamped inside, beautiful paper, gold painted by Marjorie, and that just gets tucked in here as well. So this journal is called Blessed, and I hope she will be blessed by it because it's for her especially. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my collection of prayer journals. I'm working on a couple more. I don't know when they'll be completed, but they will be using very similar digitals and some of the same components, but probably a little bit more colorful. I would say that these ones are a little bit more delicate and meant to be more ethereal, if you want to call it that. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more and have a wonderful Christmas. Blessings to all of you.